Hello. My name is Charlotte Mouquin String. Today I am at Field Projects, where I was a guest curator for show number 42, which is titled String Theories.
We do 2 open calls a year, and Charlotte was nice enough to curate our current open call, String Theories.
And there were over 1,200 artist submissions, and I found myself responding to things that were reflecting human, organic, nature, and I saw this moss phone, and I was like, oh, nature called. Nature is calling us. We're in this urban environment, and it's thinking about the greater things outside of us and outside of our humanity. And the concept of string theories comes from the physics terms that our universe is constantly expanding, and it's connected through all of these invisible strings that are constantly vibrating with energy.
We've got a lot of different type of work, but it's all organic work, or work that is organic.
So this piece is called Invasion, and it was inspired by a single object that I found on one of my many walks along the Hudson. I found out that it's an invasive species. It's a print installation. It's more meant to show the movement of and the spreading that it kind of naturally does in the environment.
And all of these metal objects are coming from the compounded layering of these found materials and of memorabilia from deceased people, this concept of memory, and they're condensed and melted into these forms that become like these industrial structures. The work of Tessa here, this is made, she goes to specific estuaries and works with found mud and honey that she literally collects from the beehives. And these are topographical maps speaking about the layering of landscape and those nature. And I love to think about the layering in this work and the layering in the metal objects beneath it, and that we're all layered beings connecting both above and below. The piece here has real dried nature leaves and flowers pressed between the windows that are lit up, and then with the saran wrap, it's like it's this contained window. And again, in this industrial environment that we're in the middle of Chelsea, there's construction happening everywhere outside. Where is that window of escape, or that natural element that connects us to our humanness?
Now, this story is talking about how we are connected to the planet and to Earth, and also talking about the life within us. I went to the plant world because the plant world talks about life from beginning to end. This is my negative. And so the light comes through from the top and is projected down onto the paper, and it picks up the pattern of the leaf. And I actually take the human figure and I place in this instance, the head directly on top of the photo paper. So you get a white silhouette of the object. And so what you're seeing here is a collage of plant material and the head that's been reversed.
Jennifer's work here, it's got this really intricate mark making, it's got these silhouettes of people, the cutouts and the layering of it, and really think of like, who are these silhouettes? Who are these people, these lone individuals on this course of life that we're all kind of like floating through in some sort of web-like fashion. This engagement really made me think about our engagement to nature and how we're all married in that, because we are all natural, organic matter.
This one is engagement. My friend told me the story in Europe that if the ladybug comes to your this finger, that means like you're gonna have like a fortunate marriage. And then this one is her silence, since the mouth is like, how can I say, closed with the spiderness, so she cannot speak.
Adie's pieces here, again, working with this scenes of nature. She lives upstate, but you see these beautiful landscaped pieces that are found images, and then they're painted over with this meticulous geometry. So it's speaking to the history of painting in a way, but it's speaking about the history of painting over the history of landscape photography, and the way that our abstraction has kind of blocked out or blocked off that call of those forests or those mountains, or that grander experience outside of ourselves and outside of our industrial surroundings. So this piece here with the birch trees, something she's thinking about when she does this is their personification of trees. She loves these stumps that are kind of adorned with their different mushrooms and moss, and the idea of one form that is a host for all of these other things to live on and live together. And she views them almost like showgirls dressed up in this personified way. And she's embodying the fact that nature is performing for us every day in its literal growth. I really wanted to show her video, which is about that subconscious and being in that dreamlike meditative state of euphoria, of reflection, of peace. And it's done here over one of her drawings with this horizontal line reflecting in.
This assemblage is called conditioned, and it's torso. This configuration on the top of it is an old-fashioned conditioning cap that women used to use to condition their hair in the 50s. And I had one, and I thought I'd take it apart just out of curiosity. And I was actually appalled to see that it really looked like a torture chamber. I think that we ought to question why we do what we do, why we think something is beautiful as opposed to something else. So I put it on top of a mirror because I want people to look into that mirror.
It's that idea that these ancient growths, they exist. They exist, they've been around before us, they're going to be around a long time after us. That's what this show is really about. It's about that vibration that connects all of us as humans coming from all different walks of life, cultural, societal backgrounds, all of those influences, but we're here. And art is a place that can bring it all together, and it's self-reflective, and it's what we can experience on our journey.